Oh no. That just gave me the chills.
We'll call you DJ Damas. Like Ultra Damas, but DJ Damas.
Fire has made its way to his seat.
Hello. Play to win the game.
You never know. Welcome back to High Hope Sportscast. We are doing a pre-recorded episode. So this is Wednesday afternoon, about 12:30 in the afternoon. But you guys won't see this until later this evening. So yeah, episode 8. Before we get into it, JJ, I gotta tell you about my Monday morning.
Let's hear it, Mr. DJ.
So Monday morning, I was on my way to work, and I don't know, I was a few miles away from my house, and I all of a sudden a duck came flying out of the ditch and boom, smacked my van. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have some damage to this van. Got to work and got out. Look, there's not a scratch, not a dent. I was like, well, that's amazing. That hit it pretty hard. And then later on, I don't remember if you remember Monday morning, but it stormed pretty bad. And I went into a company or a building and was not even in there for a minute. Turned around, walked out the door, and it's hailing. I'm like, oh my god, am I gonna get knocked out on my way to the van? So I finally get in the van, and I'm like, oh my god, hail's just pelting my van. I go through a parking lot. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Go across the street to Napa, where my father-in-law works. So I go over there, run out, go in there, and I hung out with him until the hail was done. And I was like, wow, this is a wild morning for me.
Oh, jeez. Quack, quack, quack.
Oh,
You're
man.
a duck hunter now with the van, DJ.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't even see it. I looked in the mirror and I didn't even see it fly up or anything. I have no idea where it went. But I don't think that he survived it.
Probably not. The van's a little bigger.
So I don't know what JJ, I don't know what you see during our intro video, if you can see my camera or not, but I turned my camera off because I put the new jersey on that I got. Did you notice it?
I think, is that a Dwayne Haskins jersey?
Yes, it is.
Remembering. That is awesome, DJ. When did you get that?
I ordered it like the day after he passed away. And I just got it like Thursday or Friday. So it took a while to get here. And it was one of those random websites, because obviously you can't find it anywhere. He wasn't that well of a known player. And so I didn't even know if I was going to get it or not. I mean, it was cheaper than going through NFL.com. I was like, I don't know what the quality's going to be like. I finally got it. And dude, it's Nike. I didn't even think it was going to be stitched. It's all stitched. It's awesome. I was really impressed.
What can you plug the website where you got it?
Let's see. Started with an F. I don't exactly
Was
remember.
it Fanatics?
No. Fairy Style. That's what it was.
Huh. Where was that out of?
I don't know. I think it came from China. To be honest, I don't know, but yeah. And I did. It's pretty sweet.
It looks legit, dude.
It is, dude.
That thing is
it
awesome.
It had a Nike tag on it and everything. I was very impressed.
I have to go there and
once I got it, I had to order a Pittsburgh Steelers hat to go with it. So that's on its way. That'll be here Thursday or Friday.
Oh yeah, you'll be well, they got your boy Kenny Pickett over there now, DJ.
Oh God. Yeah.
You might have to get his jersey next.
No way.
Your prediction on him was not very good, so
no. I'll stick with repping my Dwayne Haskins jersey for Pittsburgh. It's just something that I definitely wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to get a Washington jersey for Dwayne Haskins or Pittsburgh. I ultimately went with Pittsburgh. That was the last team he was with. So and probably looks better than Washington football team jersey.
yeah. Well, the Commanders jerseys might be cool, but I don't think you can get his jersey in a Commanders jersey. It would have been a Skins jersey.
Right. Oh, well, I don't know if you can get Redskins jerseys anymore, but it would be a Washington football team.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Unless they bought it used. But yeah, I liked it. I wore it. I wore it on Saturday, I think. So yeah. So we'll get into it here. And of course, we have a trivia question to start off. JJ, you ready for this?
All right.
You might know this question because I seen it on social media, so you might know this. I'm kind of hoping you don't, but you might. So here it is. What current NFL team has 4 sets of brothers all on the same team?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yep, there you go. I got this right here. So on the top, we got Cameron and Connor Hayward, Khalil and Carlos Davis. And on the bottom, we got Terrell and Trey Edmonds and TJ and Derek Watt. That's crazy. I didn't know that until I seen this. I was like, wow, 4 sets of brothers all on the same team at the same time. Wow.
The only reason I knew that, DJ, is because Hayward's brother got drafted to the Pittsburgh, and Cam said he had a new roommate. And I thought that was a pretty cool tweet. He goes, yeah, I guess I'll be looking. I got a new roommate coming in the fall. So I went and checked, and sure enough, I think his brother played at Michigan State. Was that right?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. It's in the Big Ten. I know that much. I'm pretty sure it's Michigan State. So, yeah, hats off to the Watts, the Edmonds, the Haywards, and the Davises.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't know this, and I saw this picture on social media, and I'm like, I got to put that in the show somewhere. And I was like, how about making it a trivia question?
Yeah.
So
I think
I kind of in the back of my mind, I thought that maybe you would know it just because I thought maybe you would have saw the same thing I did on social media, but
yeah, I thought I didn't see it though, DJ.
Oh, but you knew. Well, pretty sure, but
yeah, I saw the Cameron Hayward tweet, I guess. I knew Watts were together already, and I knew Edmonds were together, so I kind of just did the process of elimination there.
Right. That's kind of a. I didn't even think of it a tie to Pittsburgh after talking about my jersey.
Yeah, that worked out perfect.
So the next thing, of course, we got to talk about this. Tom Brady once again hits the headlines as he will join Fox once he retires from playing. He recently agreed, as it came out yesterday, he agreed with Fox to call games whenever he retires from playing. The contract is for 10 years, $374 million. Now, mind you, I don't remember exactly what the number is, how many years he's played so far, but so far he's made $333 million playing. And in 10
And the,
years of calling games, he's going to make more than that. Wow.
jeez, what a. Hey, how about that practice we talked about before the show? Having a job and getting another job? That's how it
Yeah,
works.
nothing like getting a job while you still have a job.
No gaps in Brady's employment.
And like on the radio, they said, okay, he retired because he wanted to spend more time with his family, and then there's 2 weeks between that, and then he comes back, and then now he's gonna go call James. I mean, he's not gonna be home for those. Like, okay, like what's up, dude? What I thought you wanted to spend more time with your family, and now I don't know.
Maybe Giselle said you better get a job.
She makes more than him. I heard on the
Yeah.
radio. I don't know exactly if this is true or not, but they said that she makes like 30% more than what he does.
Wow. She's a fox. I'd love to be Brady sometimes. She was a Victoria's Secret model. So I don't know if she's still working for them or if she's got her own gig going on. I don't really follow her too much, but maybe she's just the mother with a bunch of marketing that she does or something.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that I guess it'll be kind of interesting to while you're watching the games, to see Tom Brady in the booth. I wonder if he'll be like Tony Romo and basically predicting what's going to happen, calling out what the defense looks like, and they're going to do this, and just like Romo, he predicts it all the time.
I definitely like watching Tony Romo broadcast. I mean, it's the stuff that he predicts, he's right on the money almost every time.
Yeah.
And Jim
Like,
Nance
how are
is,
you?
yeah,
I was
how are
gonna say,
you?
how are you? Like, you were a good quarterback, but how did you not like? How weren't you more successful than you were? If you're gonna predict everything that's gonna go on in this game.
No doubt. I mean, he was probably one of the better Cowboys quarterbacks in our generation. I mean, Dak's good, but I think Tony might have had a better crew.
Right.
But Tony's doing PGA golf now. Did you know that?
I thought I heard that a while back, but yeah.
Yeah, so I've been kind
That
of.
would be kind of weird. I don't really watch any golf at all, but I guess it would be kind of weird to put that sport with Tony's voice, and I don't know. It'd be kind of weird to watch.
Yeah. But he's actually playing golf
Oh,
and at the PGA level. So that's his part-time gig, and then he does the NFL commentary with Jim Nance. Usually, I think it's always been Nance, hasn't it, with him?
I believe so. Yeah.
Well, Jim Nance does the PGA broadcasting.
Oh, yeah. I
And
don't know any of those guys. I don't watch PGA.
yeah, Jim Nance is one of the best in the biz. So it's a great combination of Jim Nance and Tony Romo. I just think You know, Tony Romo took the job, but then he got paid because Aikman and Buck left ESPN or Fox and went to ESPN. So we're going to have new Sunday night and Monday night football commentators. Plus, Al Michaels went to Amazon for Thursday night games. So I don't know, DJ, when it comes to the fall, I don't know if I'll be able to watch Thursday night games because I don't get that Amazon Prime.
I want to say it's not only on Amazon Prime. It'd be kind of dumb if it was, but.
Well, I heard they were trying to make it exclusive to Amazon Prime to get more people to sign up for Amazon Prime, but maybe I'm wrong. Usually it was on NFL Network or CBS.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll have to keep tabs on that.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. So moving on, the NFL schedule will be released tomorrow, Thursday, May 12th. The full schedule. A handful of games have already kind of been leaked in the last few days, including the international games, which I got the picture here for that. So in London, our Minnesota Vikings will take on the New Orleans Saints in London on October 2nd, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
No way.
We're going to have to wake up early for that one, JJ.
Oh, my God. Tommy boy has got to wake up at 8 in the morning.
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember when we played in was it London? Was it London? When we played the Browns a few years back. Yeah, I remember I had to wake up early, and I think it was a 9 o'clock game or 8 o'clock game, and that was very weird watching football that early in the morning.
Yeah, I do like it's like a quadruple header those days. So I play fantasy football, you play fantasy football, so we'll be out to get our lineup set by 8 a.m. on that day.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I am going to try to follow the Packers and extremely dissect that whole team the whole year to see where we're going to stand with them, because that's truly our sole competition. I know Detroit got better. I know Chicago is looking a little better. Just depends on Justin Fields there. But I want to see these 3 rookies that Green Bay drafted in the first 2 rounds, how they're going to compete, where they are in the depth chart, and I don't know, this the fit for Quay Walker and Devontae White on the defense, and then Christian Walker out of North Dakota State. And a lot of Fargo fans are going to be watching the green and gold this year just for that guy right there. And I see they play, what's that, October 9th?
Yeah, October 9th, Green Bay will play the New York Giants in London. So we got old Aaron Rodgers going against Dan Jones and Saquon.
Yep. And they got a new coach. They got that Dable from the Buffalo Bills, so that'll be interesting. What about the Broncos?
Also got a new GM too, Joe Shane, I think his name is.
Yep, you're right. Yep. How do you feel about the Munich and Mexico City games?
Well, we got one more London game. That's the Jaguars and the Broncos. That's on my birthday, October 30th.
Your birthday's in October?
Yep, the day before.
So it's mine. You're 2 days older than me.
Well, and some years.
And some years. I'm October 28th, 79.
Well, you're that's about 10, almost exactly 10 years, because I was born in 89.
Cool, dude. I just didn't know you were in October. That makes a lot of sense why we think alike. Scorpios.
Yep. Yeah, so that'll be the Jaguars and the Broncos. That'll be interesting to watch. A new coach in Jacksonville with Trevor Lawrence, and then basically whole new slate there in Denver with a new coach, new quarterback, Russell Wilson. So that'll be interesting to watch that game on my birthday. So, and then like you said in Munich, for the first time ever, we got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time on November 13th.
I think that's opening weekend of deer hunting in Minnesota.
Oh boy. Well,
Maybe a week before that.
Maybe, yeah, because I know that my wife's birthday is the 7th of November, and her birthday is always like the week like leading up to the deer opener. So
Yeah.
it might be before. I don't know. It depends on how the days fall, I guess. But
Who are you pulling for in that game, DJ?
I honestly don't know.
Early prediction.
I don't know what either of these teams' quarterbacks are going to be.
Yeah.
Well,
right now it's Drew Lock and Tom Brady.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, that's right. Tom Brady's back. I keep forgetting that. So, I would have to go with the Bucs. I'll go with the Bucs.
Right now, if I look at these first 4 games, I'd say Vikings, Green Bay, Denver, and the Bucs.
Yeah.
So we're going to be the away team, right? Is that what that means?
I don't know who is going to be home and away technically. I don't know. That's a good question.
I would just say the way it's set up, the teams on the right would be the home team and the teams on the left would be the away, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. I mean, either way, it's kind of a away game for each of them. They're not in their home stadium, so. But I'm sure technically one team will be the home team, so.
Speaking of that, scheduling, DJ, did you know last year the Vikings played 9 road games out of 17?
Really?
So this year they flipped the script. Now we get 9 home games plus the London game.
Huh.
So we got 9 home, 1 alternative site, which is 10, and we play 7 games on the road, which would include Chicago, Green Bay, and Detroit.
Yeah, so there's only 4 other ones.
Right. Early looks at the schedule coming out tomorrow night. The Vikings have a tough schedule. They got to play all the second place teams, DJ.
Jeez. Yeah.
Do you
so
think
speaking of that, I was thinking about that after the schedule comes out tomorrow. So next week we might kind of each do a schedule prediction. I guess we'll go through all the games and we'll predict what games we're gonna win and lose for the Vikings. And then we'll compare them on the show.
Okay. That sounds like come back and watch and make your own predictions, viewers. Yeah. Send them into DJ.
Yeah, I didn't display them on the show if you did them to me in time.
Yeah. Oh.
And then our last international game, Mexico City. NFL's played there before. This year it lands on November 21st, and it's a night game, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And that will be San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. I feel like the Cardinals have played here already.
Yeah, I think it was you're right.
Cardinals and Raiders.
I think you're right, DJ. It was those 2 teams. What year was that?
Maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. And then the only other game that yeah. So other than the international games, week 2, there will be a doubleheader on Monday Night Football. The first game will be Tennessee Titans at Buffalo Bills, and then the late game will be our Minnesota Vikings at Lincoln Financial Stadium taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. That'll be a late night for us Vikings fans since we will be the late game that night.
I'm a little concerned about that game, DJ.
Why is that?
They got better. I don't know. I can't necessarily, here's the stat for you, buddy. My brother found this. The Vikings were the only team after the draft to lose Super Bowl odds. Instead of going up like everybody else, the Vikings were the only team to go down. And we're going to get into the draft grades later, but I just thought that was just – I've seen conflicting reports on our draft, but god dang it, why does it always got to be our team in the negative, like stuff like that?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just think Philly got better. They got that big – that huge, I should say, 6'7", 345-pound nose. He from Georgia, Jordan Davis. Yeah, he's going to be a plugger in the middle, and you know his speed. We've talked about it multiple times. 4.7 40.
Faster than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, Pat Mahomes put a tweet out during the draft combine. Why you guys got to be playing me like this? Because they were showing Pat Mahomes getting beat by Jordan Davis. He was all joking around. But and the A.J. Brown trade, that opens up a lot for Devontae. You know, what's Devontae's last name? Smith? The receiver for Philly? Number 6? Devontae Smith. So he's the long guy, and then you got to throw A.J. Brown, number 11, in the Eagles on that offense. And then they got, of course, Dallas Goedert. He played at South Dakota State. And then you got a great O-line, D-line. I just think that it's going to be a really close game, but the Vikings will. I hate the Eagles after what they did to us. And their fans are.
It only concerns me because it's prime time and we have Kirk Cousins. Those two things do not mix.
Yeah. You could say that again, Pilgrim.
and bringing up Devontae Smith, you probably seen this already, but he was at the Philadelphia 76ers game the other day, and they put his name, and then underneath it said former Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver, and he tweeted that, and he said, that sucks. I got fired on my day off. Like, no one knew why they put former. I mean, he's still on the team. Someone screwed up.
I did not see that. That's interesting. Maybe there's some foreshadowing there. They're playing Notre Dame or something, thinking he's going to be gone.
I don't know. I seen it all over Twitter, all over Facebook.
Huh. Yeah. Speaking of basketball, should we talk about that for a minute?
I was going to, but I mean, our Wolves are out of it, and we got these draft grades to get to. So maybe next week we can do a little NBA segment, but yeah. And then the only other game, it was announced today. It'll be week 10, and that'll be Dallas at Green Bay, and it'll be Mike McCarthy's return back to Lambeau Field. So that that's going to be an interesting game, but I think Green Bay will take it to McCarthy.
DJ, we should get to a game around your birthday, our birthdays. If the schedule comes out and there's a home game around the 30th, we gotta go.
Yeah, I don't know. I've wanted to go to Vikings games so bad, but the tickets are just outrageous, even for the nosebleed seats. It just
That's why we start saving now, and then we can go live at US Bank Stadium.
yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much the tickets are, I guess. And
then we go to Vegas too on a one-way ticket.
Oh man.
Live from the Las Vegas arenas. What do they call it? The Death Star?
Something like that, yeah. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
There will be no video content in Vegas. It's
audio only.
Audio only, yeah.
All right. Well, before we get to the draft grades, I just wanted to get your thoughts on something. Just it kind of jerks my chain a little bit. So the comment that Ryan Tannehill had after the Titans drafted Malik Willis, he commented and said that he doesn't think that it's his job to mentor him. I mean, I don't know. I don't. It just kind of pisses me off. Like, okay, he's your teammate now, and obviously he's not going to start in front of you, at least to start the season. So why not just take him under your wing and let him learn? But I've after this comment, I've kind of lost a little respect for Ryan Tannehill. So I kind of hope Malik Willis takes his job now. It's just that's not a team player, and it's not. It's just selfish to me, personally. That's what I think. What are your thoughts on that, JJ?
Yeah, well, first off, it's like they got that new receiver, Treylon Burks from Arkansas. Are they not going to take him under their wing either? Or any other rookies they drafted? Is he going to ignore all them too? Is that the way the game goes? I mean,
No.
Come on, man. You're a professional football player, and that's part of your job is to help rookies. You're the team leader. What kind of message is he sending to the locker room? Maybe he's really upset that A.J. Brown got traded or something and he just had a bad day, but come on.
I think it's more that they drafted a quarterback, to be honest. But
wasn't it like the third or fourth round?
Yeah. But Malik Willis was one of the, top 3 quarterbacks in this draft. I am still completely shocked that he didn't go off until the 3rd round. Like I said, I think Pittsburgh completely blew it. They picked the wrong quarterback. They should have picked Malik, but I guess Tennessee will have a good backup for Tannehill. And maybe eventually a replacement for him. So I just think it's selfish and kind of babyish on Tannehill's part for being like that. You got to work together to get to the main goal, and the main goal is the Super Bowl. And if there's already tension like that right after the draft, that doesn't look good for your team at all.
It's just the fact, like you said, DJ, I think a lot of NFL teams are forgetting to realize the ultimate goal in NFL football is to get the Lombardi Trophy. And I don't know if Tannehill said this straight to a media person or this was hearsay or if he tweeted it. I don't remember. I think I saw the tweet.
He Yeah, there was a tweet, but he said it right in a press conference.
Yeah, I'm on your boat, DJ. I don't really care for him as much anymore after that comment. I really didn't think he was that great of a quarterback to begin with, but now to be judgmental and non-helpful and put out this in the media and in tweets, it's just like, what's your objective? You want to be traded too? It's just, that's the new narrative for the NFL guys. They all want to be traded.
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek, AJ Brown, the quarterbacks, Russell Wilson. If you're not good, then they want to be traded. It's like, what happened to dignity, honor, and respect?
And
it should be an honor to be. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, and a lot of times the grass is not greener on the other side. You should have stayed where you were. And in some cases, it's not that. But
yeah, I mean, Diggs is a perfect example of upgrading to a better quarterback, in my opinion, because he knew what the Mike Zimmer offensive scheme was going to be all the time: run, pass, run, pass, run, pass. And you don't get a lot of balls thrown your way when you're running the ball all the time.
Right.
But I was just going to say that it's an honor to be in the NFL brotherhood. And the only difference between athletes is talent level and position. They're all brothers. They all should get along, and they all should mentor each other or help each other out. I don't think there's many cases where that's not happening. But here's an instance where a dumb crap come out and said, "I'm not going to help this guy. I'm not going to be a mentor." Well, whatever, dude. You're just going to make people upset in the fan base. And I'm glad we don't have that going on. I think Kirk Cousins would mentor somebody. He's just that type of guy.
I think so too. And Kurt Warner, Hall of Fame quarterback, he actually tweeted or put out there that about this whole mentoring comment on Tannehill, and he said that if Malik Willis, if you ever need any mentoring or questions or help with anything, he said, send me a DM. I'll help with in any way I can. So that's pretty
Kurt
cool.
Warner.
Yeah, that's pretty cool on his part. So,
did you see the commercial? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and it makes Tannehill look even more dumb.
Did you see the commercial with Andrew Whitworth where he's sitting down and it's about the draft? And he was talking about Kayvon Thibodeau, the DN that got drafted to New York. Did you see that?
Yep, I saw that.
All the stuff Kayvon Thibodeau's already doing as a senior or whatever he is at Oregon, and it's going to carry over to the NFL. And Whitworth's like, I'll do anything to help you out, brother. I thought that was really cool, man, because he was the Walter Payton Man of the Year,
Yep.
We talked about that a few times.
Oh, yeah. All right, now we're going to get to the NFL draft grades. So we won't spend too much time on each because we do have 32 teams to get through.
I got to grab a cup of coffee, DJ. I'll be right back.
All right. All right, so the NFL draft grades. I'm pretty sure that these are in order of the draft picks. That's what it's looking like. So I got some visuals here for you. So starting off with Jacksonville Jaguars. These are according to Bryant McFadden, Ryan Wilson, and Pete Prisco. That's who did these draft grades. So these aren't us doing these. These are based off someone else. The Jacksonville Jaguars did a B+. I guess I could agree with that. They did Trayvon Walker, but I believe if they would have picked Aiden Hutchinson instead, which I think that they're going to regret not taking him, I think they would have been bumped up to an A.
I agree, DJ. the true number one pick in my mind, NFL ready guy who they're comparing to Jared Allen, is Aiden Hutchinson out of Michigan Wolverines.
All right, and then the second spot, we got the Detroit Lions, who ended up taking Aiden Hutchinson. They get an A. They also got Jamison Williams with the Minnesota's 12th overall pick that was traded to them. I'd give them an A just in that trade alone, just for taking advantage of Kwesi, first-year GM. So...
Yeah, I agree. He got fleeced twice.
Yeah, by divisional opponents. The Lions and Packers probably called each other up like, hey, let's take advantage of this guy.
Dude, that is totally what ticked me off about this Viking draft.
And then we got Houston. They gave them an A, which I agree with as well. They got our boy who we wanted, Derek Stingley Jr. So I'm hoping the Texans can turn it around, just for Stingley's sake. I want to see him succeed in Houston there.
Yeah, I like Stingley a lot. That's who I had us taking and I saw a lot of it through the Minnesota media. That must have been our really number one goal and objective, was to get Derek Stingley Jr., and it didn't happen, and we just kind of froze and started making dumb trades. But Houston, I think I'm trying to find the draft picks for each team here, but Houston had a couple other ones that I really enjoyed too.
And then the next one, the New York Jets. I completely disagree with this grade. They gave the Jets a B plus. I would give the Jets A plus plus. Completely blow everyone else out of the water. I don't know how you give the Jets a B at all. They completely won this draft. That, in my book, that's an A plus.
Say, DJ. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say they got a Sauce Gardner, a starter.
Yep.
Garrett Wilson from the Seahawks, number 10, a starter. Probably there'll be a number one wide receiver on their team. Then they trade back in with the Titans for an edge rusher, Jermaine Johnson, and then come out in the second round and get a starting running back in Breece Hall. How do you possibly give these guys anything but an A plus?
Right. You in the first two rounds, you completely win the whole draft. In the first two rounds, they couldn't have. They could have not picked a single person. The rest of the rounds, they still would have beat everyone in this draft.
Well, we Velociraptor did last week, me and you, as stepbrothers. We were both said the Jets, and I totally agree with you that the B plus is not accurate. So,
yeah. And then I feel like they got the Giants one right. They gave the New York Giants, an A minus. They got Kayvon Thibodeau. And then 2 picks later, they got, what was it, Evan Neal?
Yep.
Yep.
And then the second round pick was Wan'Dale Robinson, and they compare him to Tyreek Hill, shifty receiver from Kentucky. And I'm just looking at the rest of their picks here. It's a lot of depth picks after that, but their first 3 picks are game changers.
Yeah. And then moving to the Carolina Panthers, they gave them a C minus. Maybe that C stands for circus.
Perfect, DJ. No, perfect.
Their first round pick, I think they only had one. That was Icky, I believe, if that's correct.
Icky Ekonwu. And then they traded back in with the Chiefs to take the quarterback in the third round, Matt Corral, QB at Ole Miss. And I think that that pick might have prevented Baker Mayfield from going to Carolina.
Yeah, I still don't know about the whole Baker thing, but that's besides the point here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what Carolina does with their QB situation. I think ultimately week 1 starter will be Sam Darnold, I believe, and then we'll just see where it goes from there. And then moving on to Atlanta Falcons, they gave them a grade of an A. They got that one of the top receivers in the first round. What was his name?
Drake London.
Drake London. Yep. I was thinking London. I couldn't remember his first name, but
See, DJ, I like their grade. They have a decent top 3. But why did you take the tall receiver Drake London when you already have Pitts over Garrett Wilson, who was draft grade of a 99? I don't get that.
no, I don't either.
They must like. I can't. I might have to draft Marcus Mariota in my FanDuel. I mean, I like Mariota. I don't think he got a fair crack in Tennessee.
I don't think so either.
But you add Drake London. They did draft a quarterback, DJ, in the 3rd round, Desmond Ridder out of Cincinnati.
Oh.
And they got a 5th round gem in the running back from the Brigham Young University, Tyler Algier. I don't know much about him, but I know that he was supposed to be in the 3rd round. So it's kind of a steal.
All right, and then Seattle, they gave them the Seahawks a C minus. I can't remember what their first round pick was.
They got the 2 picks from their first 2 picks were from Denver for Russell Wilson trade, and they drafted a big old tackle from Mississippi State, Charles Cross.
Yeah, there we go.
And then they went and got Minnesota's own Boye Mafe, a defensive end at pick 40. And the next pick was their 41st pick, their first pick of the draft. They took outstanding Big Ten running back out of Michigan State, Kenneth Walker III. So what did Seattle's grade end up being?
A C minus.
Jeepers, they're tough on. These guys are tough.
Yeah. And then they give the New Orleans Saints a B plus. I don't know if I really agree with that. Maybe a B minus, if not a C plus. They did get Chris Olave, but I don't really exactly remember what they did the rest of the draft. But for some reason, I think B plus is a little high.
They only had like 5 picks.
Yeah. And
they took with their 2nd round 1 pick, they took Trevor Penning, the offensive tackle, very athletic from Northern Iowa. And in round 2, they come back and draft a cornerback, Alante Taylor, out of Tennessee. And that would have been after our pick. What's his name? Andrew Booth.
Oh, yeah.
So they took like the 6th ranked cornerback out of Tennessee. I don't know. I don't really like New Orleans trading up to take Olave that high. I didn't think he's good, but he wasn't worthy of a number 11 pick. They kind of got cold feet or whatever and went up there right away and grabbed him.
This is number 9, I think.
Well, their original pick was 9, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then the next one we got is the Philadelphia Eagles. They did an A plus.
Yeah.
I would assume they probably gave them that just because they got AJ Brown.
Yeah, that, and then they acquired Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, and Nakobe Dean. Their first 3 picks are all potential starters on the Eagles. Defensive line, offensive line, and linebacker. That's why I said, DJ, they're going to be tough. They got an A+ for them 3 guys.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that grade.
Yeah, I do
the next
too.
one, however, I don't think I agree with. The Baltimore Ravens, they gave him an A-. I don't agree with that just because they traded Hollywood Brown. I still don't understand why they did that, but that's way too high of a grade for the Ravens after that.
The Ravens, DJ, this is like record breaking, but I think they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had 6 fourth-round draft picks.
Holy smokes.
And recognizable name was Daniel Falele out of the Gophers. He's 6'8", 385. Biggest guy at the combine went to Baltimore.
Wow.
But they took our safety, Kyle Hamilton. I think ultimately between Jamison Williams and Kyle Hamilton, that those 2 guys we're going to have to keep a close eye on this year, DJ.
Yep. All right, and then the Washington Commanders, they gave them a C-.
Ooh.
Who was their first round pick again?
Jahan Dotson, which they traded up for. And he's a wide receiver out of Penn State. Smaller guy. He's like 5'10", 200.
And then the
Who's
second
next?
part here. Then we got the Los Angeles Chargers. They gave them a B.
Chargers really didn't do much for a splash. They didn't have a second-round pick, so they took offensive lineman Zion Johnson out of Boston College. He's a big guy, really big guy. And their third-round pick was J.T. Woods, safety out of Baylor, and they got a really good running back in Isaiah Spiller out of Texas A&M. So I kind of agree with their draft grade.
This is not a team that we really kind of heard much in the draft.
No.
Oh. And then the Tennessee Titans, they did an A. I mean, I know that they drafted a receiver to replace Brown, and they comped him to Brown, but I don't really agree with this grade just because they traded A.J. Brown away.
Yeah.
So that's a little high for me on there as well.
Well, see, they received the Eagles 18 pick for Treylon Burks. We talked about him. He's comped to A.J. Brown. So that was the money deal we were talking about. And then they got 2 picks from the Jets, 35 and 69. They took Roger McCreary, a really good corner out of Auburn. Nicholas Petit-Ferrer, an offensive tackle from Ohio State, who's a diamond in the rough. And the big one I think that they liked was Malik Willis, quarterback Liberty, going to Tennessee.
Yep. And then another A was the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know. They did Kenny Pickett, and if you watch our show, you know what I've said about Kenny Pickett, so I'm not gonna say that again all over again. So I obviously would have to disagree with Pittsburgh's grade on here.
They claim that they got the 2 receivers of the future, Georgia receiver George Pickens and Memphis receiver Calvin Austin III, who's a gadget guy. Pickens is the big receiver, 6'3", 200. And then I was right. Connor Hayward was the tight end, and that's his brother Cam on Pittsburgh. He's a Michigan State tight end. So they did pick him up in the 6th. I don't know if I agree with the grade either, DJ. It's kind of a high one.
And then Kansas City Chiefs, they gave them an A+.
Woo!
They traded up in the first round, I believe, to get Trent McDuffie, I believe, and they wanted and like you said, I think they wanted to keep him away from Buffalo and trade up and get him before they took him.
Well, Trent McDuffie was also on the Viking radar. Fortunately, he fell to 21. But the big deal is this, the two big deals, I think, is this Sky Moore from the Western Michigan wide receiver. You have to watch some YouTube on Sky Moore, DJ. He is legit. And then the project first round pick, they traded back in to get George Karlaftis, defensive end out of Purdue. And this guy's only been playing football for 4 or 5 years, but he is a physical specimen.
And then the Green Bay Packers, they gave them an A-. Like I said about the Lions, you give them an A just for taking advantage of a first-year GM in Kwesi.
Yeah.
And then they did who was the receiver that the Green Bay got?
Yeah, the round 2 pick, which came from the Vikings, was Christian Watson out of NDSU and Fargo. And their first 2 picks were the linebacker Quay Walker and the D tackle Devontae Wyatt, both really big and quick from Georgia.
And then Buffalo Bills, they gave them a C. I don't know why, but I'm trying to blank on who any of the players they picked were.
Well, the big 3, DJ, was their first round pick, Kaiir Elam, cornerback out of Florida. They got Dalvin Cook's brother in the second round, James Cook from Georgia.
Oh yeah.
And the other splash pick was Khalil Shakir, another wide receiver for Josh Allen out of Boise State. So what did they give him, DJ?
A C.
Huh. They must not be too high on their James Cook then, because I thought he was a good pick.
Yeah. I think we got to play the Buffalo Bills this year too, so that'll be interesting. The Cook brothers going against each other.
I hope they do a jersey swap.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
All right. So then the Dallas Cowboys, they gave them a B. I'm drawing a blank here as well.
They got the old tackle, Tyler Smith out of Tulsa. I don't know any of their guys except for the tight end Jake Ferguson from Wisconsin and the Matt Wolozetsko from UND. But
Yeah,
they're
that's a little too high of a grade.
yeah. The wide receiver they selected in the third round for a replacement for Amari Cooper is Jalen Tolbert from South Alabama. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, buddy.
Yeah, and as you can tell, I don't have the draft breakdown on who everyone picked in front of me. Obviously, JJ must have it because he's rattling off all these names. So,
Yeah.
good job on you for being ready with that.
Yeah.
So going to the next team, New England Patriots, they gave them a C+.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have to agree, especially with their first round pick. No, I don't think anyone's seen it coming. Cole Strange.
Yep.
It was very, very strange to a lot of people.
TJ. They got the fastest wide receiver from Baylor and Tyquan Thornton in the draft in the second round. And they took South Dakota State Jackrabbit, one of the fastest running backs, Pierce Strong. And they thought it was weird. They drafted a fourth round quarterback from Western Kentucky, Bailey Zapp. So I don't know. They must. That's probably why the grade isn't too hot, because they have so much different. I don't know. Cole Strange is Division II, which nothing against Division II players, but usually they don't go in the first round.
Yeah, I just thought of this too. I totally forgot to pay attention to see if they showed this or not during the draft, but I wonder if they showed or if Bill Belichick had his dog with him during the draft again.
Well, because of COVID rules, had to be at home during the draft. So this year he was at the actual
Oh,
facility.
I suppose in the war room. They could have brought
Yeah,
his dog to the war room.
he should have, unless he's not available.
So the Cincinnati Bengals are next. They gave them a C. Yeah. Who was their first round pick?
Oh, Dax Hill from Michigan
Yep.
safety. And then they got CTB Cam Taylor Britt, corner out of Nebraska. And they're one notable local guy, Cordell Volson, old lineman from NDSU, Bison.
All right, and then our Minnesota Vikings, they gave us a B plus, or I'm sorry, a B minus.
Yeah.
I don't really, I don't know. I've kind of come to like our selections more, but that's just because I'm a Vikings fan. I hear about them more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just I am excited to see what Lewis Cine can do. So I
Did
don't
you
know how
see that he's going to
to
wear
feel.
16, DJ?
Yeah, originally he had picked number 6, and then I seen yesterday that he had switched to number 16. So
The only guy on the list I really don't understand was the second round pick that we got from the Packers, pick 59, and Ed Ingram. He's the guard out of LSU. I just thought we majorly reached for Ed. And it just what Todd McShay and the other guru, Mel Kiper, they said that it was an A draft. But my brother and I, when the research we did, this is more of a draft for a later round Super Bowl contending team, not a team that picked at 12. Does that make sense, DJ?
yeah, it makes sense.
So,
All right, and then the next
who was your favorite pick out of everyone? Lewis?
yeah, or I've been hearing a lot of good things about Jalen Naylor, so it'd have to be between Lewis Cine and Jalen Naylor.
Yeah, I think I like Brian Asamoah, the linebacker. He's kind of a hybrid, number 24 from Oklahoma. And I really like Ty Chandler. I think he might be competing for second or third string running back.
Yeah, we'll see what the running backs group looks like with Alexander Madison in there, Kenny Nwanju, and now Ty Chandler, and then obviously our Delvin Cook.
Yeah.
So
did you hear that? Just a sec. Did you hear that Delvin and our backup running back both changed their numbers?
Yep. Cook is 4, and Madison will be number 2.
Yep.
That'll be definitely weird. Not only to see Delvin in a single digit, but also Madison in a single digit as well. That's going to be very weird. They're both normally quarterback numbers.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be interesting to see. Did they say what number Ty Chandler got? Is he single digit too?
I believe he's going to be number 32, I think.
Okay.
So, yeah, the next team is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They gave them a B plus.
Wow.
They traded in the first round, if I'm
Yep, they
Correct.
traded their first round pick to Kansas City.
Yeah, and then I thought they traded with Jacksonville.
You're right. They traded
Or
the
was it
first
the
rounder
second
to
round?
the second round pick. They got pick 33 from Jacksonville, which was the first pick of the second round. They took
Yeah.
Logan Hall, a D lineman from Houston, and they had another second round pick from Buffalo, that Luke Godecki from Central Michigan. And their third round pick was Rashad White, running back, Arizona State. And another hometown kid from Nebraska went to the University of Minnesota, Cole Keefe, tight end out of the University of Minnesota.
And then we got the Chicago Bears. They gave them a B minus.
The Bears.
I don't remember what the Bears picks were either, but
Well, their first pick wasn't until round 2, and I know who Kyler Gordon is, cornerback out of Washington at 39, and then they turned around and picked at 48 and took Jaquan Brisker, a really good Big Ten safety out of Penn State. And then they go and get a speed demon in Velus Jones, wide receiver, Tennessee. They had a lot of 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks. I can't give them more than a B on this draft.
yeah, they're another team that wasn't really. I don't know. I didn't hear much about them in the draft either.
Because they didn't have a first round pick was one thing.
Right. I didn't even watch any of the other rounds. I only watched the first round, so I guess that makes sense in a way.
Yeah. Well, we were so happy with the first round. I mean, jeepers creepers.
Yeah. Just ecstatic.
Yeah. Yay. Giggity.
Then getting to the end, towards the end here, Indianapolis Colts, they gave them a B plus. There was one instance where there was a trade with our Vikings.
Yep. Well, they took Alec Pierce, a wide receiver out of Cincinnati, which is a good pick for them. Looking through these picks, I don't know. I really don't know. They took 2 tight ends, and you just that seems a little high.
And don't they sell Jack Doyle?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, why would you take 2 tight ends and you already got a pretty decent tight end in Jack Doyle? That's weird.
Well, the Colts took 2 safeties, 2 D tackles, 2 tight ends, a wide receiver, and an offensive tackle. It just didn't make a lot of sense.
And then the Arizona Cardinals, they gave them a B minus. I think I would bump it up to an A personally, just because they acquired Hollywood Brown in a trade. So yeah, these guys doing the grades, I don't know, they're pretty harsh with these grades on some of them.
Well, they got the best tight end, got the tight end award for college football last year, Trey McBride, tight end out of Colorado State. Other than that, DJ, I don't know any of the names on their list. I got to give them a B minus.
Yeah, that's what they gave them. So, now the San Francisco 49ers, they gave them a B plus. I've drawn a blank here as well on most of them. So
another Drake Jackson, D end out of USC, and Tyrion Davis Price, running back LSU, and Danny Gray, who's a good wide receiver out of SMU. They took with Mr. Irrelevant. They had the last pick in the draft, and they called that the Mr. Irrelevant. His name is Brock Purdy, quarterback out of Iowa State. I got to give these guys a C. Just not a lot of talent jumping off at me on this board.
And then next we got the Denver Broncos. Despite all the assets they gave away to get Russell Wilson, they still came out of here with a grade of a B.
Yeah. They took Nick Bonanito, a really good linebacker. So they got a shiny new linebacker from Oklahoma, and they took the second best tight end in Greg Dulcich out of UCLA. Other than that, a lot of these picks are just depth picks. So we'll have to pay attention and see. I give them about a B.
All right. We're getting down to the last 4 here. So the next one is the Cleveland Browns. I gave them a B minus.
Well, they didn't have a pick till round 3, DJ.
Deshaun Watson trade, I bet.
Yep. Notable picks was Martin Emerson, cornerback, Miss State, Alex Wright, DN, University Alabama, Birmingham, and David Bell, Big Ten Receiver of the Year out of Purdue. I'd say I give these guys a C+.
All right, and then the next one is the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders.
The
They
Raiders
give away all the Raiders.
They gave them a C+. They didn't have a first round pick either. Did they give that up for Devontae Adams?
Yeah, they give up a first and a second, so they didn't pick till the 3rd round. They took a guard, Dylan Parham, and through the Vikings they got Zamir White, running back, Georgia. With only having 6 picks total, I got to give these guys a B minus.
Oh, you're upping it.
Yep.
All right, and then the Fish, the Miami Dolphins. Yeah. They gave them a B.
Yeah, I got to lower the grade and go with a C because they took 4 picks, 3, 4, 7, 7. Channing Tindall, another linebacker from Georgia. I don't know how much defense they got in that school, but it seems like they all got drafted. And they took a project receiver, Eric Ezekanama, from Texas Tech.
All right, and then the last team on the list here, the Super Bowl champion Los Angeles Rams. They gave them a grade of a B as well.
Well, DJ, I don't agree with that, but I'd say B minus at the highest. They didn't have a first or second round pick either. So they had a third, a fourth, a fifth, 2 6, and 3 7ths. Their best player out of the draft was the big guard from Wisconsin, Logan Bruss. And another one to keep your eye on is Kyron Williams, running back out of Notre Dame. Like I said, I can't give him too high of a grade on that draft because it's I'd say at least a C.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There's all the draft grades for this year's draft, all the teams. And once again, it was according to Bryant McFadden, Ryan Wilson, and Pete Prisco. All right. That's just about all we got for this episode. I do want to close out with one more trivia question here, JJ.
Yes.
This one might be a little harder.
Okay.
I probably wouldn't get this, but we'll see how you do with your way back NFL history.
Ooh.
So, who was the first NFL quarterback to throw for 1,000 yards in a season?
1,000?
Yeah.
Gee. The quarterback from the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, you're right.
And his name is not Vince Lombardi. It's
Nope.
the guy that walked out on the field with Brett Favre, and I can't think of his name.
I think you're thinking of Bart Starr.
Yeah,
No, it was not Bart Starr.
but it's a Packer.
Yep, it's a Packer.
Well, I knew it was a Packer,
And
but I
it
don't
was
know the
in
guy's name.
It was the 1930s.
Oh, Acme Drink Company? I don't know. Give me a little hint, maybe.
I don't really know. I've never heard of the guy, to be honest. I don't know history from way back then. Yeah, I don't even know what his first name starts with an A and his last name starts with an H.
Yeah, I don't have a clue, DJ. All I knew was the team. I don't know the name of I can't remember his name.
Arnold Herber in 1936 with the Packers.
Oh, that's his name. I knew it. I was way off. Shoot.
Yeah, I had a bunch of questions written down in a notebook for the show, and that was actually the last one that I had written down. So I went with it. So now I got to go back and find some more questions for the show because I had about 10 written down, and I've just taken 2 off every episode. So
cool. Now we got to find
all
some
right.
more.
Yep, I'll find some more.
I'm sure.
All right. Yeah, that's all we got for you today, this week. And like we said earlier, this is pre-recorded. So when you see this, we won't actually be physically live. This video will be live for you, but we won't be able to interact with you or anything live. Maybe if you comment and we're on there watching it, we'll comment back. But it's not gonna be like as usual. So yeah, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our social media pages and our YouTube channel. The link will be in the description. Yeah, that's all we got for you today. We'll see you in the next episode. See ya.
Peace.